Good evening, everyone. I'm Hazel Gupta, and I'll be telling you about Smart Surf. So, can you imagine a world without the internet? At least I cannot. The world's internet population reached about 3 billion in 2014 and is estimated to become 7 times by 2020. As technology develops, we are finding new ways to integrate the internet into our lives. With such widespread use of the internet, it has become inevitable for us to protect ourselves from the malicious softwares such as viruses, worms, and Trojan horses. We have to ensure that we can continue using the internet safely. As with all risk, we believe it is important to work with girls and young women to support them to build their knowledge and understanding, providing opportunities through which they can equip themselves with the skills they will need to enjoy using internet technology safely and to its full potential and build skills, awareness, and confidence. If you are part of the 40% of the internet community, then you must know that it is a significant part of our lives. Smart Surf takes you on a digital adventure to explore how to surf safely and make good choices. You can also earn a badge by completing the activities which we're going to list below. Internet safely is a growing issue as young people find more ways to make it a part of our daily lives. This aims for internet security and protection of our information. I'll now hand it over to Nanya Sharma of 11B.
Topic in today's world. To begin with, I would like to say that the internet has become a big part of our lives quickly. Social networks are a big part of our online life. They make it really easy to keep in touch with your friends and explore lots of new content like videos, photos, and chat all on the same web service. Now to ask, what is actually the message we are trying to give by this presentation? When you've posted information online, how much control do you have over it? We usually are not aware who might view our personal information. Thus, it is important to take care of the information we post online. Next, I would like to talk about online adventure. One of the greatest things about the internet is that it puts opportunities you didn't even know existed right on your screen. When using the internet, users need to be smart and careful as they can be. That, combined with good security software, will help keep them safe online. Safe searching. The internet is the biggest library you'll ever find, and anyone can contribute to it. However, that means that not everything you'll find online is reliable. Content doesn't have to be written by experts. The most, sorry. Next, safe searching. The internet is the biggest library you'll ever find. How can one be safe while searching things on the internet? First, use more than one word to describe what you're looking for. Second, stop and think about the words you're using before hitting the search button. Third, verify your information. Not everything you find can be so much trusted as a smart researcher, and check at least 3 websites to confirm your information. Fourth, check your search filters, particularly if you're looking for images to avoid inappropriate content. Next, I would like to talk about blogging. Blogs are a great way to practice your creative skills, like writing and photography. But it's important to plan in advance what will you blog about and have a clear idea of what information you are happy to appear on your blog and what you want to keep to yourself. The most successful blogs focus on topics about which people are interested in. Sixth, creating for the internet. When you upload your content to the internet, you are entering into an agreement with the web service you upload it to, whether it's Facebook or YouTube, whether it is a blogging site like Tumblr or a photo site like Flickr. By uploading your content, you're agreeing to the terms and conditions of that site. the rules of an online service provider that users must obey. When you create original content, you automatically have content ownership rights. With this, I would like to end my statement and like to pass it forward to the next NSS candidate.
Thank you, Nanya. Hi everyone, I'm Lavni Mehta. I am in grade 11th. So I'll be talking about how to protect yourself from online risks. So let's start with the scenario where digital privacy is your home. What does your home contain? It contains all your private stuff, your pictures and your valuables, and basically all the stuff that you'd want to keep away from shady strangers. So would you just let anyone into your house? Would you give them the key to your house? Of course not, because you know that this would put you and your family at a risk. So this is the exact mindset that you have to, go with while being online. You cannot share your passwords with anyone. So sharing passwords, it defeats the very idea of being safe. So I'll just tell you about a report by NCSC, which stands for National Cybersecurity Center. It is based in the UK, and they revealed the 20 most common passwords used in the year 2019. The first three on. Okay, so as Ma'am Preeti has said, that it's really important if you pay attention, and it would be really great if you turned on your videos. Thank you very much. So as I was talking about the report by NCSC, I was saying that the three most common passwords of the year 2019 were the word password itself, 1234567 and then ABC 123. Now, if you have a password like this, I am afraid it's time for a change, because one should never protect sensitive data with something that can be guessed so easily, like their first name, their local football team, or their local, anything really, their favorite band. So using hard to guess passwords is a strong first step, and I recommend combining three but memorable words, being creative and using words that can only be guessed by you and not by other people. So your password, it should protect uppercase and lowercase letters, it should contain symbols, it should contain numbers, and it should be about 8 to 12 characters minimum. So keeping it private, what type of information should you protect? The most important type of information to be protected is PII, which stands for Personally Identifiable Information. Some examples of PII are your name, which include your full name, your maiden name and your mother's maiden name, your personal ID numbers, which include a social security number, your driver's license, your passport number, your Aadhaar card number, and your addresses. And by addresses, I don't only mean your home address, I also mean your email address. And also, keep your phone numbers to yourself. Do not share them, because while this list may seem exhaustive, it doesn't cover all the personal information you need to protect. You also need to worry about what you post and what others post about you on social media and other sharing sites, because the thing is these things serve as clues to your true identity, and when combined with the PII on the a previous list I gave, so I'm pretty sure 95% of you already have social media accounts. So I request you to not just let anyone follow you. Keep your accounts private. Worms, trojans, and viruses. These all come under malware, and malware stands for malicious software. This is a kind of a program that can be installed on a computer without the approval from the computer's owner. And there are different kinds of malware that can hurt your computer, such as viruses and Trojan horses. The term also includes other intentional harmful programs such as spyware and ransomware. These programs, they can steal your passwords, they can delete files, they can collect your personal information, or even stop a computer from working at all. So yeah, viruses. So what is a virus? Virus is a software or a computer program that connects itself to another software or computer program to harm the computer system. And viruses, they are known to replicate themselves, and their main objective is to modify the information. That is what makes them different from worms. Worms, they also replicate themselves, but they do not, their objective is not to modify the information, but it is to cause the computer system to slow down. Trojan horses. Trojans do not replicate themselves like viruses and worms, but Trojan is actually a hidden piece of code which steals the important information of the user. For example, Trojan horse, it observes the email ID and password while entering into a web browser for logging important information of the user. So in order to be safe, it is imperative to run virus scanning softwares on your PC, regularly scanning for infected files, and this will detect and quarantine the common worms and Trojan horses that may reside in your computer. Avatars. So, I think it's a fact when I say that we all have two presences, a web presence and a real life presence, and they are completely different. So while our accounts are private, we can set an avatar as a profile picture instead of real pictures of ourselves. Because this way you can limit who knows what you actually look like. In this way, you can have the power of protecting yourself. Free Being Me. Free Being Me is a one of a kind program, and through fun and interactive activities, children and young people, they learn that body confidence and self-esteem come from valuing their bodies, standing up to social pressures, and supporting others to be more body confident. By working together, leading others, and speaking out, participants are empowered to make a difference in the global and local communities. So, just as advertisement has previously shifted with social movements, the hashtag Me Too and hashtag Times Up campaign could potentially change the portrayal of women in society. You might have heard about the beauty cream called Fair and Lovely. So, Hindustan Unilever Limited, who is the manufacturer of the product, has renamed this best-selling product, and it is now called Glow and Lovely because the previous nomenclature, it propagated racial stereotypes and it endorsed unrealistic standards of beauty. Well, they aren't really stopping the manufacturing of the product, they only change the name, which is at least better than nothing, right? So, phishing. Scammers, they use your emails and text messages to trick you into giving them your PII, which, as I previously stated, stands for personally identifiable information. They might try to steal your password, your account numbers, your social security numbers, etc. And if they get that information, they could gain access to your email, bank, or other accounts. And scammers, they launch thousands and thousands of phishing emails and texts every day, and they're often successful. The FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center reported that people lost $57 million to phishing schemes in 1 year. And scammers often, update their tactics, but there's some signs that will help you into recognizing what a phishing email or a text looks like. So how to recognize phishing email and texts? They might tell you a story to or trick you into telling them your personal stuff, and they might trick you into opening an attachment or a link. They might say that they've noticed some suspicious activity or login attempts. They might say there's a problem with your computer. They might say there's a problem with your account and payment information. They might also say that there's a problem with your payments and stuff. They might include a fake invoice. They might say to tell you to confirm your personal information, and they might say that you're eligible for a free coupon. So right now we'll just see an example of a phishing email. Yeah, so as you can see, aggressive wording is the first thing to be noticed here. They aren't greeting you, as it's said that there's impersonal greeting, there's threats such as we'll limit what you can do, and there's hovering over links reveals non-correct domains. So you have to be very careful while being online, and you just can't make payments to anyone. You have to be really careful. And we'll see an example of a phishing text right now. Next slide, please. As you can see, aggressive wording, your account has been disabled, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. They aren't even greeting you. So this is how you know that they are scammers, because they're ruthless and they do not care about you. They just want your money. They just want your information. So you always have to be safe. Next. So yeah, I'll just talk about cybercrimes too. So cybercrime encompasses any criminal activity dealing with computers and networks. And additionally, cybercrime also includes traditional crimes conducted through the internet. For example, hate crimes, there's telemarketing and internet fraud, there's identity theft, there's credit card account thefts, and these are all considered to be cybercrimes. So the list is endless, and you have to be sure that you are safe. I'll just send you all Chandigarh Cybercrime Unit's email ID, so you can take note of that. They are available 27. Just a second. Okay, so as you can see, I've sent cybercrime's email. I've sent their address. They're located in sector 17. If you have any problem ever, please do reach out to them. And like this, I'd like to conclude and pass it over to Suhani.
Respect your rights and reputation online. Teenagers nowadays usually go online without being aware of their rights and responsibilities, and this can pose several threats. The right to protect your privacy, the right to control your personal data, not to be bullied on the internet are some of the rights you have. Your online responsibilities include respecting other users' personal data, not harassing or bullying others on the internet, and protecting your image in the digital world. Now, I would like to talk about cyberbullying, as this is something which has become increasingly common nowadays, especially among teenagers. So, cyberbullying is a form of bullying using electronic means. Harmful bullying behavior can include posting rumors, threats, sexual remarks, someone's personal information, or hate speeches. A question that now arises is, why are people mean to each other online? Firstly, because it's safe. Basically, it's 24/7 virtual road rage. You Okay, secondly, it's power. It's basically a turn on to get people's attention. Negativity always gets more attention than positivity, right? Thirdly, it's fun for some people anyway. Those who bully seem to really enjoy the process. Fourthly, it's war. We seem to need enemies to feel like we're part of something bigger than us. Fifth, it's free. Why pay to be entertained when you can stir up trouble for the cost of a drawn pad, right? Being mean is sometimes also a byproduct of the good old fashioned boredom. Sixthly, it's ignorance. Most mean people seem to not ever think about the groups or people they're attacking. So, can a cyberbully be traced? Yes. Cyberbullies may seem hidden behind anonymity that torment their victims far. The digital world keeps records. What happens is, when a bully sends a text message, a carrier has a record of who is paying numbers phone service. So when bullies log into websites, those services record their IP addresses, and when they send threatening emails,
Hello, Suhani. Suhani, are you there?
Ma'am, her Wi-Fi is not working properly, so she'll join in a minute
Okay.
for the disturbance.
Okay.
legal.
Yes,
Well,
Suhani.
not in uh, legal. Whereas in India, there are no specific legislative rights for specific laws. However, such as
Hazel, I think it's an internet problem. Hazel, can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Yes. Just read it out. I think if it is.
Yes, ma'am, I can do that.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, Suhani, you can try last time. Yes, once again, yeah.
Sorry, I don't know.
Actually, beta, your internet problem.
Okay, so
Carry on.
yeah. Cyberbullying is not legal in India. There is Section 67 of the IDA which deals with cyberbullying. It basically prescribes punishment for publishing or transmitting obscene material. And this punishment may extend up to 5 years. Now, what to do if it happens to you? Firstly, tell someone. As with any type of bullying, it is so important that you don't suffer in silence. It may seem hard to do so, but make sure you tell a trusted adult, such as a parent or teacher, and they will help you decide what to do. Secondly, report the person or the group. You should report the content to social media site. All social networks have report abuse buttons and have teams the abuse. Thirdly, block the person or the group. When you block someone, it usually means that the person or group will no longer be able to see any of your content and they will no longer be able to contact you. Social media sites, they have teams to deal with the abuse. So if you report or block the person, it may stop. Fourthly, save the evidence. It is really important that you save or copy any of the texts or conversations or posts you receive so you have evidence of the bullying and can show it to relevant people. Fifth, do not reply or answer back. It may seem very tempting to reply to the person or the group, but don't become a cyberbully yourself. Deal with them by blocking and reporting, because sometimes the people bullying you are looking to get a reaction out of you, and answering back can just make things worse. Sixth, and most importantly, stay positive. It may feel like you do not have control of the situation, but that is not the case. Stay positive. You're not alone and things will get better. Now, what can you do if someone you know is being cyberbullied? Firstly, remind your friend that they haven't done anything to deserve this and it's not their fault. Ask your friend what they need and help them find a solution. Help your friend talk to a trusted adult at home or at school about it. If you think the bullying is so serious that threats are involved, contact the police. If it feels safe to do so, take a stand by commenting on a post or photo. Tell them you disapprove and ask them to stop, because once you speak up, other people are more likely to speak up too. And then check back with your friend from time to time, see how they're doing, show them that as bad as this person was to them, the world's got kindness too. That's it. I would now like Anandita from 11th B to take over.
Thank you. Know your tracks. It's easy to think you're anonymous when you're online, but that's not the case. Every online device is given a special number to identify it when it is connected to the internet. This is the IP address. When it is, if they need to, websites and organizations like the police can use IP addresses to identify who has performed a certain action online. Apart from this fact, every time you go online, you leave a trail. Anything you or anyone else posts about you adds up to your digital footprint. Here are some tips to help you understand the mark you're making on the internet. Nothing you upload to the web can ever really be deleted. Individuals who want to know more about you can learn a lot by searching for you on the internet. So be careful how much you share. If you don't like what you find, first see if you can delete the content. But remember that even if you delete the embarrassing post or photograph, you can never be sure that it's really been removed. Your next step should be to create positive content about yourself online. Save content that doesn't reveal anything personal about you and presents you in a positive light so that it encourages positive search results about you to the top of Google. When top results about you are positive, you ensure a good first impression, which is important as first impressions form long-lasting opinions. To ensure that the results about you are positive, do a vanity search by typing your name into Google and seeing what comes up. If lots of people have the same name as you, try adding words such as the country or city where you live. Digital reputation. Your digital reputation is what others think of you through how you act online. And unlike something you might say out loud, the internet doesn't forget the things you post. How do you want people to view you? You might not realize it, but you are in control of that. Some tips to keep your digital reputation rosy. Reputation. Your digital reputation is what others think of you through how you act online. And unlike something you might say out loud, the internet doesn't forget the things you post. How do you want people to view you? You might not realize it, but you are in control of that. Some tips to keep your digital reputation rosy. Check your privacy settings on social network to keep strangers from finding information about you. Be positive, avoid the negative. Consider what someone you respect might think if they saw your post or uploaded photo. If your friend tags you in a photo that portrays you in a negative light, delete the tag and ask them to remove the photo. Keep an eye on your spelling and grammar. Some companies see grammar and spelling mistakes as a sign of immaturity and poor communication skills. Remember that posting is permanent, so always think twice before you post something online. Monitor your digital reputation by searching online for your name, and remember to act if you find something negative about you online. You might not want to have a confrontation or find it a bit too bothersome, but remember such posts can lead to serious incidents, and it is always better to deal with them beforehand. Next, okay to download. Streaming and downloading media like movies and music is a big part of online activity. And there are a lot of websites that give you easy access to great new material. Unfortunately, it's not always legal. It's all about copyright. If you create something original, you own it and have the right to control who can use it, change it, or copy it. Artists make their living through royalties, which is the money that they're paid every time someone buys a copy of their work, whether it's a CD, DVD, tickets to a concert, or a movie shown, or a digital version. If you download something illegally, you're taking a copy without the owner's permission. Before downloading or streaming something online, you need to know some points. These are: the risk of getting malware on a computer is much higher if you download illegal files. It's true that companies that manage artists, such as record labels, often earn a lot more than artists themselves. However, these are agreements between the artists and the companies and have nothing to do with the decisions around paying for the content we want or trying to get it for free. Lots of artists are very unhappy to think that what they worked so hard to create can be picked up for nothing. When people download pirated copies of an artist's work, they don't consider how the creator feels about it. If you use illegal services, you're breaking the law. You might think the chance of getting caught is very low, but if you are caught, the consequences can be really big. Huge fines, internet ban, a criminal record, even jail time.
The PPT isn't visible now.
Even jail time. It would affect your future. Some people say that copying isn't the same as stealing, but they haven't actually considered that songs or films are also products that have to be bought. That's why artists and industries that surround them are able to make a living. Pirated copies are often much lower quality than you get if you purchase it legally. This doesn't mean that you'll have to pay a fortune to get music or watch films. There's some really great ways of getting content legally and not paying much for it. For example, some fan-made content is created legally for other fans who can't afford to buy the original product, or the product isn't available in their region. I will be passing on to Mansi now.
Good e- Good evening, everyone. I'm Mansi Malhotra from class 11. Kushi, the previous slide first.
Yes, Mansi, start beta.
Ma'am, there's an activity.
Okay.
Put yourself first. You must do this activity to earn your badge. Since you know about how you can make the most of the internet and stay safe at the same time, think about everything you learned. How can you use these ideas in your own life? Imagine that you are making a promise to yourself about how you can stay safe online. For example, I will stop and think before I post information on the internet. I will talk to an adult I will talk to an adult I trust if something happens online and I'm not happy about it. I will be careful when opening emails or clicking on links and block anything I see that looks unsafe. Pick your promises and write them down in the box given below. Khushi, next.
Next, beta. Khushi. Is it over?
No, ma'am, there's another page.
Khushi, another page.
Adult Internet Safety Guidelines. These guidelines are for your parents, guardians, and scout leaders to help you understand how you can protect yourself. As a youth leader, you should take care to self-regulate your online activities and prevent your private and public world from overlapping. Email policy. One should create an email system for the group and select an adult volunteer to be responsible for handling all the emails. If someone wants to contact a minor using email or text, he or she should have a written permission from their parents. One should check the content, language used, and make sure that the appropriate links, images are sent according to the age group. Social network policy. Ensure that the group you create is private. Make sure that your group members are of the appropriate age group and their parents are aware about it. Create a policy seeking parental consent before accepting anyone's friend request on the internet. Photo and video policy. Your photo and video sharing page should be password protected. Think twice before you share any sort of media on the internet. General security online. Secure your own computer and all other devices. All your gadgets should have a security software. Use passwords to protect the device. All your gadgets should be password protected to ensure the child's safety. Online banking. One should monitor who can access the bank account. Avoid less secure online transactions. Storage of member registration. Private information such as name, phone number, address should be safely stored. Protecting group members. Parents should be aware about everything their child does online. If one finds out that the child is potentially involved in anything dangerous online, one must do the needful to ensure the child's safety. Thank you. I would like to hand it over to Lavni.
Very well. So, as we, the NSS volunteers of grade 11, conclude this meeting, it gives me immense pleasure to deliver the vote of thanks. Firstly, I would like to thank Ma'am Preeti Swami for giving us this great opportunity to talk and educate the students of Carmel Convent about the topic Serve Smart. Ma'am, thank you so much for guiding us in every possible way. We all are very fortunate to have a mentor as great as you. Secondly, I would like to acknowledge all my fellow presenters today, Hazel, Nanya, Suhani, Mansi, and Anandita. You all have worked very hard to make this webinar a success. Third, I would like to thank Reeth, President of NSS, and VP Sanaya for correcting us when we made the slightest of errors. It was very fun working under your supervision. And lastly, a big thank you to each and every one of you who attended the webinar. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lavini.